It was a bright Friday afternoon in the bustling city of New Haven, and the local martial arts academy, Dragon's Path Dojo, was alive with the sounds of slapping feet on padded floors, rhythmic counting in Japanese, and the occasional sharp ki. As students practiced their forms, among the crowd was Tyler Typhoon Brennan, a 23-year-old black belt who had just returned from placing third in the state championships. Tall, broad-shouldered, and arrogant, he walked around the dojo like he owned the place 7, though he was just an assistant instructor. His confidence often veered into cruelty, especially toward those he considered beneath him, and nobody was lower in his eyes than the janitor. Mr. Day was a quiet, elderly Korean man in his 60s. He mopped the dojo floors every evening, always with a slight smile and a gentle nod to those who acknowledged him. He wore thick-rimmed glasses, a faded blue jumpsuit, and moved with an unassuming grace. Most of the younger students never paid him much attention. He was just the old guy with the mop. But something about Mr. Day bothered Tyler. Maybe it was the way the master of the dojo, Sensei Nakamura, would always bow deeply to him whenever they crossed paths, or the way Mr. Day sometimes watched the students spar with a distant gaze, as if remembering something they couldn't understand. That calmness, that stillness, it irritated Tyler, who thrived on showing off, on applause, on domination. So that afternoon, Tyler strode over to him and called out loudly, "Hey, Mr. Mop, you ever pick up a bakken instead of a broom?" The younger student snickered. Mr. Day looked up, puzzled. Tyler tossed a pair of padded gloves onto the floor. "How about a little sparring match? Let's see what you've got. Or are you afraid your back will give out?" A few cast nervous glances toward the office, where Sensei Nakamura sometimes watched through a one-way window. Mr. Day stared at the gloves for a long moment, then he bent down slowly, picked them up, and smiled politely. "I accept," he said in a soft, accented voice, "but not with pads. If we spar, we do it properly." Tyler blinked. "Wait, what?" "I fight. Barefoot, empty hands, no protection. Just like old days," Mr. Day said quietly. Laughter broke out from some students. "You serious, old man? You're going to get hurt." But Mr. Day had already removed his gloves, setting them gently aside. He took off his jumpsuit jacket to reveal a simple white t-shirt tucked into faded drawstring pants. His posture straightened as he moved barefoot into the sparring circle, slow, fluid, every step measured like a dance. Tyler shrugged and stepped in, cocky as ever. "All right, fine. Your funeral, Mop Man," someone called out. "Hajime," the traditional start. Tyler lunged forward instantly with a roundhouse kick, aiming high. It was fast and fierce, but Mr. Day was gone. Tyler's foot hit air. Gasps echoed around the dojo. The janitor had simply stepped an inch to the side, no wasted movement. Before Tyler could recover, a light palm landed on his chest, and he was sent stumbling back as though pushed by an invisible wall. Tyler growled and came in again. A flurry of punches. But again and again, Mr. Day dodged not with speed, but with precision. His eyes never left Tyler's, reading him like an open book. Then, like lightning, he moved one straight tap behind the knee. Tyler hit the mat with a thud. Silence. The students stared in awe as Tyler got back up, panting, embarrassed, red-faced, lucky. "Shot," he grumbled, and attacked again, this time lower, trying to sweep the old man's legs. Mr. Day spun slightly, using Tyler's momentum to guide him off balance. A gentle twist of the wrist, and suddenly, Tyler was flat on his stomach. His arm pinned behind his back, he tapped out. The room was frozen. Mr. Day released him gently and stood, adjusting his glasses. Tyler rolled over, breathing hard, staring up at the ceiling with wide, shocked eyes. And then the office door opened. Sensei Nakamura walked out slowly, a proud gleam in his eyes. "Let me introduce you all to Grandmaster Wande, former head instructor of the Korean Special Forces Martial Arts Division. He was my master, ... And the reason this dojo exists." Mouths dropped. Tyler's jaw slackened. What? Nakamura continued. "He came here to live quietly. But do not mistake humility for weakness. A true master has nothing to prove." Mr. Day bowed slightly to the stunned students. "Martial arts is not about ego. It is about peace, control, wisdom, and sometimes cleaning dirty floors." A soft ripple of laughter broke the stunned silence. Tyler sat in silence, humiliated but changed. His pride, so blinding just minutes ago, had been shattered not by brute strength, but by grace, skill, and discipline. From that day forward, Tyler never mocked another person at the dojo. In fact, he began to stay after class, helping Mr. Day clean, watching his every move, hoping to catch just a sliver of that mastery, because he had learned the hardest way. Never underestimate a man just because he carries a broom. Sometimes that broom hides a legend.